Are Matfer carbon steel pans being recalled? The short answer is yes, some are in Europe. Is this going to be a big deal for those of us here in the United States? Let's jump into this, and I'm going to let you know everything that I know and what Matfer has said and the questions that I have that are still unanswered. Welcome to Uncle Scott's Kitchen. Right at the top here, I want to say that I got a bunch of Matfers, and I've been a Matfer fan for many years now, and my first carbon steel skillet ever was this guy. It kind of led to my entire channel here. So I hope this story is much ado about nothing, but I don't know yet. And if there is anything wrong with Matfers or carbon steel in general, we're big fans of healthy cookware and healthy cooking around here. I will make sure to get as much information out as possible. And Matfer, just an invitation. I have emailed them. They have not gotten back in touch this morning, but they are more than welcome to send me any information about this issue and come on and do an interview if they'd like, and I will get it out to you guys as soon as possible. So at a high level, what is going on? I became aware of this issue over the weekend when several of you guys started sending me messages. You guys sent me a bunch of links to this and asked me if I'd heard about it, what I thought about it, and I said, I don't know, I'm going to check into it. And apparently there is a French regulatory agency, obviously in France, and one thing I do guarantee with this video is I will continue my streak of mispronouncing French words. But a French regulatory agency put out a recall notice for certain Matfer black carbon steel pans, obviously in French. I don't speak French. I ran it through Google Translate, and I kind of got the gist of the article. But with anything kind of scientific and talking about elements and that type thing, I wanted a native French speaker to help me understand what was going on, and I put that request out there. And thanks to several of you guys who helped me kind of translate the article. And what has happened is a French regulatory agency has recalled some of the Matfer black carbon steel pans, and let's see if I got the translation here, for the reason of possibly leaching out or exceeding safety thresholds for the release of iron, chromium, and arsenic. Arsenic, whew. We do not want arsenic in our food. And if I am looking at this correctly, this affects some pans sold in Europe, in France, from January 1st, 2022 to September 28th, 2023. It looks like they put out the recall notice in mid-April, I think April 17th. So this is a fairly newly breaking story. And they provide lot or batch numbers for the pans that are affected. So apparently the recall story, it is true. Some of the pans are being recalled. And what everybody is pointing out here is that it's a recall in Europe, in France. So I went to the Matfer website. Immediately I emailed Matfer. They've not gotten back in touch with me yet. And they're usually pretty good about getting in touch. As a matter of fact, when they updated their pans a year or two ago, one of the places they came to was Uncle Scott's Kitchen. They let me get one of those pans early, so I got the news out. I hope they will come back and help get the news out on this recall here, but I am waiting to hear back from them. Now on Matfer's site, they updated their FAQs, their facts section about the black carbon steel pans, and this is on the Matfer Bourgeois USA website. And here is what they say. Were Matfer Bourgeois black carbon steel frying pans subject to a recall? First line, no black carbon steel pans sold in the US are subject to a recall. Very important there. And then they go on to say, in April 2024, some customers who purchased a pan on Amazon were sent an email pertaining to a recall of black carbon steel fry pans in Europe. That email came directly from Amazon to US customers, and we believe it was made in error. So some people, and I heard this on some of the forums, and some people let me know that they were getting emails from Amazon about this recall. Going on. Recently, the local regulatory body who inspects our Bourgeot factory in Les Abrets, I don't know how you pronounce it, Abrets in French, France, carried out routine safety testing on our black steel pans, and they put in quote, as sold, i.e. having not been properly seasoned before use. Second important point there. Like all black carbon steel products on the market, this product is designed to be seasoned before use. Our pans are shipped with clear instructions for seasoning and care guidelines to ensure optimal performance and food safety, and are available at link in this FAQ. We would like to emphasize that the recall and cessation of sales mandated by our local consumer protection authorities is local to Europe and a result of a specific administrative interpretation, not an indication of any deficiency or change in the product itself. We're actively working with the appropriate regulatory bodies to clarify this matter. We stand by the durability, performance, and food safety, that's good to hear, of these pans, and all Matfer Bourgeot black carbon steel pans sold in the US remain under our limited lifetime warranty, and then they have contact information. So this clears up a few things, but it also leads me just to have a few more questions. One reason I trust French cookware, especially in relation to cookware from Asia, from China, the French have very strict regulatory requirements for cookware, and it leads to me having a lot of trust in cookware made in France. I would trust a French-made pan any day over one coming in from China, for example. And they're very specific about pointing out that the recall is in Europe only and doesn't apply to US sold pans. The question in my mind is that because the regulators and the regulations in France are much more restrictive and tougher than the ones in the United States? As in, would the pans sold in the United States have been recalled if they were sold in France? And what I want to find out here is this a problem with the iron and the arsenic and what was it, chromium? Was that related to maybe a raw material supplier? Was it specific to one batch or one run of pans? Or is this a problem with carbon steel in general that goes much wider than Matfer? Perhaps those elements are in all carbon steel and there are tolerance levels, but this particular batch perhaps exceeded those. Also in their FAQ, Matfer pointed out that they tested the pans as sold and unseasoned. What I would like to know, has there been any follow-up testing done of seasoned pans? Is this problem, does it go away if you have a good seasoning on your pan? And a question I asked them Matfer when I emailed them, would you advise people to add additional layers of seasoning, try to build up a little bit thicker level on there? Would that help to mitigate the problem? So how worked up am I over this story about these Matfer pans? It depends. If we've been cooking in seasoned cast iron and carbon steel for hundreds of years, if there is some sort of risk profile, we appear to have tolerated it very well. And if that's the case, and this is just much ado about nothing, then I'm not worried about it. On the other hand, if there's been a specific problem with certain batches where these chemicals might have been in everything all along, but these are now exceeding some sort of tolerances or thresholds and they're dangerous, then it'll be a big deal. We love healthy cooking and healthy food around here, and if there's a problem with a frying pan, we definitely want to let everybody know. So right now the story is not complete. I have reached out to Matfer for more information, and as soon as I get it, I will let you know. Make sure you are subscribed and your notifications are turned on so that you're notified as soon as I put the next video out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time on Uncle Scott's Kitchen.